Hi, so my name is Katie. I'm Clarissa's fiance. I did install the game on my computer, but it kept saying it was a virus, so it wasn't gonna let me play it. So we just installed it on his computer so I could actually go through the gameplay. Alright, so here we go. The Order of the Blue Rose. What is your name? Katie. And I'll hit enter. And then welcome to Belgrade University, Katie. Would you like to continue with your adventure? And I think I hit Y for yes. You started going to Belgrade University on a miracle full ride scholarship with the hopes of getting into the secret society Blue Rose that your grandfather always talked about. You are hoping that they have taken notice of you from the scholarship because not very many are ever granted those. Right now you are trying to gain your bearings. This campus is huge. You are a straight-A student and bust your butt to be at the top of your classes. This new beginning isn't going to be any different, and you're going to make sure of it. That is another way you think you will get the Order of Blue Rose to notice you. Now that you are on campus, do you want to go to your dorm room to get settled in, or do you want to take a tour of the entire campus to learn a few things you may not know already? So what do you choose? Option 1, go back to the dorms, or option 2, go on the tour? Knowing me, I'd go for on the tour. You find the leader of the tour and ask them if you are able to join. They tell you that it is no problem, just find a place in the small crowd and to keep up with the group. It wasn't hard for you to find a spot in the small group because you always like up front. As the tour goes on, you are becoming very bored. It isn't anything that you don't already know. You start to speak up and tell things that you already know, and the guide asks if you want to take over. You gladly accept the offer and start showing off what you know about the place, and it impresses the other students. The guide even looks impressed, and that is what you were going for because you had an immediate attraction to them. After you and the guide was done, you flirt a little bit before they are on their way to the next event. Now, you aren't sure you want to be done talking to the guide, so you can follow them and continue flirting. Or you can go and find all your classes for this semester, even though you are sure you know where they are. So what do you want to choose? Option 1, flirt, or option 2, find classes? Obviously, if I already know where my classes are going to be, might as well do the other one. You quickly move to catch up the guide as they are already a ways away from you. Once you reach them, you decide to ask them their name, and they were all hesitant at first. What is their name that they say to you? Well, we'll just go with Cole. It makes the most sense. You immediately say what an awesome name that is, which causes them to blush slightly. After a while of being flirtatious, they decide to ask you how you knew so much about the place. You have no problem answering that question, especially to someone as cute as them, so you begin telling them how your grandfather used to work here for many years. As you two were talking about it, someone who wanted to be a jerk came up to you and pushed you. They are wanting to fight just because you were talking to each other. So what are you going to choose? Option 1 is to fight them back, or option 2 is to go back to your dorm to sleep? Well, let's just fight them back. Sounds more adventurous, I guess. You choose to stick up for yourself and defend your honor, and ask them what their problem is and why they were being rude. They say that some dumb townie doesn't deserve to be here and talking to Cole. Offended, you say it is a free country and that you can talk to whomever you want. The aggressor charges at you at full speed, ready to get you to the ground. You immediately saw this coming and move out of the way, pushing them to the ground instead. Once they're there, you grab their arm and put it behind their back and ask if they're done. This pisses them off, and they begin to struggle, and you tell them to quit or they'll break something. A staff member is coming, and you see this, and you stop and tell them you are done. Irritated and embarrassed, they leave with their friends who watch their defeat. The staff member reaches you and tells you to quit fighting. Excuse me, and just go back to your excuse me, and just go back to your dorm. So do you want to continue this adventure? Just hit Y. As you head back to the dorms, and exhausted from the day and ready to go to sleep. As you are walking back, you notice the night sky and start to admire it, slowing down your pace. Thoughts about what could really be out there begin running through your mind. You get to your room and your roommate is still there, awake, whispering nonsense under her breath. But how do you know what is real and what isn't real as you're trying to ignore them? Then you notice a blue rose with a piece of paper on your desk, and excitement rushes over you. You ask your roommate if they seen anyone in here, and they say that the rose wasn't there earlier, and no. Confused on how it got here, you decide to read the note that is attached to the rose. It read, "Meet in the middle of the hiker's trail at 12 a.m. exactly, or don't bother showing up." Do you want to continue? I'll just go with yes. You head out to the woods to the spot the note was talking about. Once you reach there, you see 4 other people there, and they're all holding a rose. You ask them if they know what this is about and if they have seen anyone else here. They all answer that they are sure they have been chosen, but don't know why you're here. You hear a noise off in the woods, and then see 3 people walk out in costumes.